Good morning. I'm Weston Zimmerman with SynkedUP, and I'm going to be talking today about a topic that I keep running into that I think actually a lot of you can benefit from, and that is to make your website work for you. So a lot of you probably already have a website. It might even look pretty nice. It might be visually appealing, like a nice professional looking website, but and there's, your phone number's on there, and there's a form on there for your prospects to fill out to get in touch with you. All great, all good. But I think your website can do way more than that. And for example, you can make it that your clients can book consultations directly on your website. You can make it that your clients can review pricing directly on your website. And I know that opens up another whole can of worms. I have other blog articles and videos about that stuff, but what I'm pointing at there is our example at Tussie Landscaping, where I worked for many years, where we built a project planner right on the website, and clients could view our pricing. They could say, a 20 by 30 or 600 square foot patio is in the 20 to 35K range, or something to that effect. And we made everybody that booked a consultation at Tussie Landscaping fill that thing out before we would come out and see them. And it was very, very effective. It helped us get a budget, and it helped educate the client as to what things cost. In fact, that was more important than us getting us a budget. So anyway, that's an example of what I mean by making the website work for you. It shouldn't just be a pretty portfolio with a phone number and a form on it to get in touch with you. It should also work to save you time. It should work to educate your potential clients. It should work on your behalf. Like, what are the things that you're doing all the time manually that we can maybe save time at? So I have a story where we did this for one of my friends who's a SynkedUP user. So basically what his situation was, he had a website, and it was all good, form, phone number, all of that. But what would happen is, in the story around booking consultation appointments that I want to share with you is, so the client would fill out the form, his wife, who worked as his office admin, would call the client back and try to set up an appointment on the calendar. But there was always a little bit, there's always some challenges there, like, hey John, are you actually going to be available on that day? Okay, great. Okay, and so they'd lock in the appointment with the client. There was a lot of phone tag going on, and it took a while. It took a lot of work, a lot of energy. So what we did, we had our first regional meetup of SynkedUP users in Massachusetts the other week. And so I was like, hey, dude, we can fix this. We can make this a lot easier for you. So what we did is we set up a tool called Calendly, which is basically an appointment booking software. It's like $8 a month for the paid account. It's super cheap, and it's really easy. You just go into Calendly, create an account, set it up. But let me show you what we did first. So we created a Calendly appointment for consultations. We embedded that on his website, where they would have normally just filled out a form to get in touch with him. And now clients could literally see his appointment availability. He could also dictate and control his appointments. So he only said Tuesdays and Thursdays afternoons. So now his clients could go to his website and see, I could book an appointment right here to get a consultation. Let me book next Thursday afternoon. As soon as they booked that, we hooked up Calendly to Zapier, which is a middleman software, which would send that appointment details directly to his SynkedUP account. It would put in a new lead, put in a consultation, right in his SynkedUP account all automatically. It would pop up on his Google Calendar automatically. And so we got it to the point where clients could literally go on his website, didn't have to make a phone call or anything, fill out a form or anything, just book the appointment right on his website, and 2 seconds later, bam, he got a notification, everything was in his SynkedUP mobile app, everything was on his Google Calendar. It was awesome. So we took something that was a huge time suck for them and automated it to where the client was doing it for them, and these appointments just flow in on his website now automatically and show up in his SynkedUP account automatically. And how we did it was we set up Calendly, like I already mentioned, and embedded it on his website. Then we set up a Zapier account. If you've never heard of Zapier, Zapier is like a big middleman software. You can connect any app to any app, essentially, like thousands of apps, I should say. The app obviously has to have a Zapier integration, which SynkedUP does. And so what we did is we set up Calendly, embedded the booking, the appointment on his website, and then we took Zapier and connected Calendly to Zapier to SynkedUP. So when the appointment gets made in Calendly, Zapier sees it and automatically goes and places a new lead and the consultation appointment in his SynkedUP account automatically with all the information. You can say, here's all the questions I asked them on the appointment booking form. What's your budget? What's your time frame? All of that stuff, and all of that information can automatically flow into his SynkedUP account. So what happens now is literally, and a client will book an appointment with him, and he gets a notification, he can open his SynkedUP mobile app, and literally the lead's already there, the consultation's already there with all the details and all the information and all the answers to all the questions he asked on the form. Nobody had to enter anything manually. And now you can just literally see it on his schedule, click navigate in his SynkedUP mobile app, and drive out to the client's property and get him an estimate in a matter of minutes. And the benefits, I mean, there's a ton of benefits. Of course, he's saving time, which is awesome. But there's also eliminating phone tag between the owner and the office admin and the client. This means it got easier for the client, which means that anytime you make anything easier, you get more of it. So obviously he's going to be getting more leads because clients aren't going to be like, well, I don't know when, oh, he can come talk to me next Tuesday? Sweet, I'll book it right now. You know, it's just the little subtle differences that make the clients, make it easier for them to convert and commit and book an appointment and become a lead for them. We also eliminated human error. So like the address is always in SynkedUP on his calendar, like not just sometimes, always, and just things like that, like no inconsistency in the process. And when you have a more structured process like this, it gave him the ability to free up more brain energy and more space to just go focus on other areas of the business that genuinely need him. And the beautiful thing is it just works instantly. There's no delay. And as an owner, he also had complete control over his calendar. So he could say, hey, I got a kid's soccer game next Tuesday afternoon. Go in his Google Calendar, create a kid's soccer game event on there. Calendly sees that and shows him as unavailable in that day. So just streamline this whole aspect of booking appointments off directly on his website, and just made it to where they just show up on his calendar. He just goes out and does them with no admin work needed in between. The tools we used were Calendly, which I mentioned, for booking the appointments and embedding that calendar directly on his website. He had a Google account. You could also use Office 365 or whatever, Microsoft or Outlook. But that's connected to Calendly, so Calendly can see his availability. And he had a SynkedUP account where all his consultations, estimates, job tracking, scheduling, invoicing, all that happens. And we use Zapier to connect them all. And say, hey, if this happens in Calendly, automatically go into SynkedUP and put in a new lead and new consultation. So once we had created all the accounts, we were past the create a password, blah, 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 blah stage. It only took half an hour to set this all up. And from then on, it was easy. So, jealous yet? If you are, if you already have a SynkedUP account and you want to set this up for your business, obviously we have to set it up for you, or you can set it up yourself. We have documentation in our help center where you can do it yourself as well. But if you're uncomfortable and you're like, dude, I have no idea how to do that stuff, just hit me up. My email is weston@synkedup.com, or you can also go to our synkedup.com website in the little blue chat and message into our support team, and they can help you set it up. And if you just listen to all this and you're like, dude, I need that in my business, how do I do this? And you don't have a SynkedUP account yet, you can also hit me up at weston@synkedup.com and I'll hook a brother up. Or same thing, you can go on our website, book a demo, or reach out to our chat in the lower right corner of the screen, and we'll hook you up. We'll set you up with a SynkedUP account, and we can also set all this automation up for you as well. So yeah, this is just one example. Obviously, like, we have dozens and dozens of Zaps internally in SynkedUP. As a team, we probably have Zapier and automations doing the work of 2 or 3 people. This is just one way of how you can make it work for you. And it's a simple one. You can easily set it up. It's not like it's a complex logic one to set up. So if you're interested in this, drop a comment or reach out to me in the contact info I left. And I'd also like to hear like other ways that you're using automation in your business if you already are. Drop a comment and let me know how you're using it. I'm always looking for ideas and inspiration. I'm like, yeah, that's a good, because when I hear of a good idea like that, maybe we haven't made certain data available to Zapier yet, or another integration available to Zapier yet, where we could then automate that with your SynkedUP account. So I'm always looking for ideas and for inspiration on how you're out there thinking about automations and how you're doing it yourself, which will then in turn inform how we go about and create the foundation and the groundwork and the code to make that easy and available in SynkedUP. But there's already dozens of possibilities in the integrations we've already built. So hit me up if you are interested, and until next time, thanks for watching. And hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, or do it the YouTuber way, smash that subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.